Female-led countries handled coronavirus better, study suggests.
Here's a summary of the article.
Countries led by women had, systematically and significantly better, COVID-19 outcomes, research appears to show, locking down earlier and suffering half as many deaths on average as those led by men. The analysis of 194 countries, published by the Center for Economic Policy Research and the World Economic Forum, suggests the difference is real and may be explained by the proactive and coordinated policy responses adopted by female leaders. In almost all cases, they locked down earlier than male leaders in similar circumstances. While this may have longer-term economic implications, it has certainly helped these countries to save lives, as evidenced by the significantly lower number of deaths in these countries. The two researchers said they analyzed differing policy responses and subsequent total COVID-19 cases and deaths until the 19th of May, introducing a number of variables to help analyze the raw data and draw reliable comparisons between countries. Since only 19 of the nearly 200 countries were led by women, the authors also created so-called nearest neighbor countries to offset the small sample size, pairing Germany, New Zealand and Bangladesh with male-led Britain, Ireland and Pakistan. This analysis clearly confirms that when women-led countries are compared to countries similar to them along a range of characteristics, they have performed better, experiencing fewer cases as well as fewer deaths, Garikipati said. The researchers said they hoped the study would serve as a starting point to illuminate the discussion on the influence of national leaders in explaining the differences in country COVID outcomes.
This post received a score of 17,000, with an upvote ratio of 76%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Canada is led by a man, but our provinces are responsible for healthcare. The province I live in is led by a man, but our top health official is a woman. However, the heads of state for both Canada and British Columbia are women. Looking at head of state or government alone is too simplistic.
Dr. Bonnie Henry is the hero we all need. I love that woman.
She is a bit soft given the broad sweeping powers she has been handed, it then again maybe that is a good thing. I do think she should mandate masks in indoor malls and shops etc., although most people here are doing that anyway. We are in for a world of hurt if there is an outbreak on Vancouver Island or a Gulf island because my experience has been that people over there have been more lax than in the lower mainland with the mask wearing.
There was an interesting article in which she said creating sweeping orders makes people more defiant and admonishing those infected makes them not seek treatment and would impede contact tracing. It was her experience dealing with SARS and Ebola. Her theory is asking people nicely, with backing scientific information will have the greatest impact, and it so far has worked. We just have to find the messaging that works best on young people for this next phase. The old messaging is no longer cutting it.
Man, Canada seems nice. I hope Americans get their act together. I'd love to come visit.
I mean, we have our problems like any other nation, but they seem small in comparison to other places. It's a pretty great place to be.
Probably more to do with countries they are more progressive. If you have a female leader, you are in a progressive country.
I'd wager that 1 or 2 male-led countries are tipping the scales pretty severely, too.
Oh yay. Like which one specifically though?
Brazil obviously, who else but Brazil would come to mind, eh?
Definitely not the United States. Leader of the free world and best at everything. Happy Cake Day, by the way.
Even after clear and frequently cited outliers such as New Zealand and Germany, and the US for male leaders, were removed from the statistics, the study found, the case for the relative success of female leaders was only strengthened. Funnily enough, the US was excluded for being an outlier.
Belgium's PM is a woman. I wouldn't say we did particularly well. We didn't do as bad as people like to claim we did, but I wouldn't say we did better than France or the Netherlands.
We did terrible, deaths per 100K. At least you're writing in past tense.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.